Okay, so another week has passed by, and we're going to take a quick walk around and see what we got done, so that way I'll feel better. We fixed the door here. We actually used a piece of AZAC on here, and I just ended up doing some plastering in there to repair where the bricks and the molding and the stuff had all collapsed. That looks, let me close the door here. We're just starting the process of getting this to look a little bit better, so you can start to see I ran out of plaster. Started filling in on this side some, working our way around it, but definitely beginning to look a lot better. We get our seals around the doors. It'll be nice and airtight. My wonderful bride has gotten the windows, all that, so look at this. Now this is a sash that I've repaired. It's painted white, but you can see how the windows are all cleaned up. We're thinking about painting these actually black, the interior trim and stuff. I think that'll be a nice contrast because we're going to lime wash the walls, which will be good. In here, you know, it's so nice because Mike is incredible with getting the light stuff on here. We've started the process of taking the loose plaster that's messed up off of here. And, you know, I've gotten a lot of comments about what to do with this. People say, just drywall over. Well, you can't just drywall over these old bricks and stuff. They need to breathe. If you're going to do anything, you plaster it over. However, what I'm thinking is we're going to go through and we're going to fix the bricks themselves, you know, where they had cutouts in the chimney. We'll go ahead and re-brick those, and we're going to leave this part exposed. We'll fix the rest of the plaster in the room. Again, another window that my wife has gotten cleaned up real good. We've taken the doors off. We're actually taking those down with us to go ahead and we can work on those at home. Again, this is another door opening that's done. We had to move the shower back this way a little bit because we had to have 24 inches of clearance. We had 22 and a half, so we needed a couple extra inches. In the grand scheme of things, excuse me, it'll be better. It'll be better to have a little bit more space in here for our car wash shower. Fortunately, I was able to move all of this over, and I just have to reattach the plumbing pipes back in there. No big deal. I'll do that when I come back next week. I've got to get a little bit more fall in my vent stack here, so I've got to cut that pipe and just reduce it a bit. In here, we didn't really do much. Last week, my wife got all of the brick and stuff cleaned off. We love that effect, and we're still, what? Oh,
What do you mean we didn't do much?
okay. Well, actually,
I gotta fix the other
Mike did. So we actually have a light switch here for here,
I need to fix the other lights.
and then we have one that's here for that light, and then we have another one right here for that light. Oh, wrong one. Got so many daggone light switches, I don't know what to do. So you can turn that light on from any which way. I still love the way that window looks right there. Looks much better. In fact, it looks better getting that piece of molding up on there and getting the plastering done around the door. Every time we leave here, the place looks that much better. Now here's the thing that's crazy.
I gotta fix the
Is
switch.
everybody will notice, oh, you plastered the walls. But it's the stuff that goes on behind the walls that you don't know. Now see, we've got all these lights. Now this one doesn't seem as bright as the other ones, Mike. I wonder if this one's damaged. Okay, we'll have to check that one. But we've got these lights that are actually on a dimmer switch where you just touch them just like that, and bright and all. So this is nice ambient lighting. I wish it were dark so we could really get the effect of it. That's not really intrusive to the look of it. When they're off, you don't really notice it. I wish I had a little more time because I'd be plastering some more of the walls. But here's the thing that you don't see that is critical. You know, people, when you hang drywall, all of a sudden people go, oh man, you're getting a lot of work done. The drywall is the easy part. It's all of this electrical wiring that you're doing and things like the HVAC. Now take a look up here. See, here is our unit, and here is all of our duct work, and you see our boots that are over there that are going to cool and heat this place. You see the big wire, you can see 6-gauge wire. That's a $400 roll of wire, 125 feet. And you can see up here the light fixtures that are all done almost like a Christmas tree. They go to each one of these. Now we'll have to come through and put a stud on here to attach the boxes on there for those. And you see all the ductwork. This stuff will end up having blown in insulation, so you'll never see it up in here. But this stuff right here is the most important thing that you have to do in here. Without the heating, the air conditioning, the plumbing, the electrical stuff we've been working on for several months, it doesn't matter how it looks down below, because it's not going to have lights, it's not going to have water, it's not going to have heat. And what our goal has been all along is we want this place to be feeling like it did when it was old. We want to preserve it so it lives for another 200 plus years. And we also want to make it so it's modernized and efficient. And so this 2-ton unit right here is going to be able to definitely heat and cool this thing. It's a 15-seater unit, which is the efficiency rating. We'll end up putting R38 insulation up in here, which will definitely keep it toasty. R15 in the walls around, with the exception of the brick walls. The original walls won't get any insulation. And there's, unfortunately, or fortunately, however way you want to look at it, the brick itself will actually heat up and cool and will give you an R factor, not the same as an R15. I'm sorry, an R15 that you have on the walls, but it will permeate heat. So once it gets warm, it'll stay warm, and once it gets cold, it'll stay cold. But the brick has to be able to breathe. And that is the thing that we want to do is, you know, when somebody was talking about, some idiot was talking about that the brick were crumbling and this thing is old and should be condemned. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are just stupid and will say anything and will hate for whatever reason. That's the brick. That is the original brick wall that was put in here when this place was built. And we're talking about 203 years old. That brick, ain't nothing wrong. Look at the mortar joints. Nothing wrong with that brick. Now, they had changed, because this was probably originally a window opening, and they came through and they just kind of stuck some shit up in there because they weren't worried about how it looked.
Well, this is an addition, too.
With the addition, because they were going to plaster over it. So we'll do something. This will actually become like a little closet. We're probably going to plaster over the opening right here. So it'll be just wall here. It'll make it advantageous to have a couch and stuff in here. But we'll go through and you can see where I've already plastered that part right there. And we'll plaster all this stuff up in here and we'll lime wash it so it'll be here forever. So that's what we got. Is the box already locked? Okay. Put all of our tools away. We've got some more wood that is going to go back to get worked on in the workshop. I'm going to close up the windows and we're going to hit the road. And I appreciate all of you guys. And I tell you what I really appreciate too, that Mike's got a lot of these plugs and outlets working throughout the place. So it's great because now we can plug in and charge up our phones and stuff almost anywhere instead of having just one outlet working. Look at that. I fixed that sash 6 years ago and it's still in good shape. So that's it, everybody. That's a tour of where we are this week. We come back next week. We're going to get all the insulation put in, get the water test done on the shower pans, and what else? The water test done on the shower pans, and get the insulation, and then we're ready to start hanging drywall. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon.